I was thinking about this before we started today, and I was thinking, how do we start this video? Like, I couldn't think of an intro or something, other than just saying, welcome to NFL Picks, week 12. You know what I mean? There we go, we rolling. What's good, boys? This is the first time we do an NFL Picks. We probably should have started it earlier on this season. It would have been nice to, look back at the end of the season and have, like, what is it? How many weeks are there? 17? I guess we'd do.
18 with the bye week, and that's just regular season.
Yeah, because I doubt we'll cover playoffs or Super Bowl for picks because there's not that much to talk about. We could still, who knows? But for now, it's week 12. We're going to look back at week 11 and then go through our picks for week 12. I'm with the boys. You know who I am. Well, you should know who I am. If you don't, in fact, I'm trying to find a new audience with this series, so maybe you don't know who I am. Let's do a little quick intro for the lads as we go around. I'll start off with myself. I used to play American football when I was younger. I'm obviously not from America, as you might be able to tell by the accents. My boy Key over here is also not from America, but our boy Qusic down below, as on the setup, is from America. I used to play when I was younger. I was a Dallas Cowboys fan when I was younger. I have no affiliation to Dallas. Let me get that out the way right now, because, there's some bad things going on in Dallas right now. And I don't associate myself with none of that. So I don't really have a team. These two other guys, though, you can see the merch that they're repping. These two have teams. Key, will start off with you since you're flexing the t-shirt there. If you want to give a little introduction and tell us who you support, if it wasn't already obvious.
Yeah. So I first started watching basketball. Became a Golden State fan. So I thought, the Bay, San Francisco, 49ers. So I'm a Bay guy, basically. So I just went with the Niners.
He's from the Bay Area, but he's not really. And Qusic, what about you, bro?
Born and raised in Wisconsin. Only options, Green Bay, man. Actually, one time I was riding my bike and I fell off and I looked down and I'm bleeding green and gold. So,
Oh, man. Yeah, it'd be like that, bro. It'd be like that. That's class. So, obviously, we've got a Niners fan. We've got a Green Bay fan. We're going to go through the games from last week. A few things to say on those games, especially. Now, I did ask the lads to pick, last week's games, even though we didn't record it. So, have you got your scores, like what you went? Because I stunk up last week. I went 8-6, bro. It was a bad week for me. Sorry, go on, Qusic.
I also went 8-6. Dude.
Hey, let's go.
Not a good week.
Key, what about you? You're looking shaky. 8-6, man. I'd love us all three to go 8-6. The first week of picks and we looking like scrubs, bro. Key, it's down to you to save us. Hold up, wait there. Before we get into like the picks, and I want to put this at the start of the video. The reason why I wanted to do these NFL picks, we're not trying to be sports analysts here. We're not trying to be inside the NFL or anything like that. We're literally just three lads who like football, just talking about the game. But also, shout out to the Mallory Bros. I'll put a link down below for their channel and also their Pigskin Pick'em League. Make sure you join the league and make your picks along with the bros. We wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for the bros. They were the ones who inspired me to do the NFL Pick series. So shout out to them, man. They're my brothers. They know it already. I don't want to look like we're just stealing their flow. I want to pay homage, you know what I mean? So, yeah, shout out to the Mallory Bros. With that out the way, let's get into the Week 11 recap. I went 8-6. Qusic went 8-6. Key, have you got your tally now?
9-5.
9-5. Let's go. We all suck. We all suck at this. Let's go, boys. I'm glad that there's not one of us, though, who went, 14-0, and they'd be showing up the rest of us. But yeah, so I want to pay some respects to the teams that I picked against. It's only fair to pay respects when you pick against a team and they prove you wrong. So the first game of the week was Commanders against the Eagles. Now, I've really supported the Commanders this season. It's, quite ironic to say, as I started off saying I was a Dallas Cowboys fan when I was younger, but I've been backing the Commanders. I think JD5 is him. I love JD5, but I picked against the Eagles, and the Eagles went out there. They didn't really cook them. It was a good game, but they did cook them in the end. So respect to the Eagles. Who else did I pick against? Respect to the Steelers, man. The Steelers beat Baltimore, which I was not expecting. Other score I got wrong was I picked the New York Jets. Now, let me just say, we'll get further into it when we do some more analysis, but the Jets, I am finished with you. You guys are finished. Aaron Rodgers is finished. Devontae Adams, I don't even care no more, bro. I hate the Jets. Fuck the Jets. Bro, I've tried to back the Jets every single week. When I pick the Jets, they let me down. So fuck the Jets. Respect to the Colts. They went out there and beat them by 1 point. I picked the Niners. Key, like, bro, never mind. I picked the Chiefs against Buffalo. Now, I think that was just me picking better odds on my parlay because I thought the Bills could go out there and beat the Chiefs, but you know, the Chiefs were underdogs. And when I see underdogs when I'm picking the parlay, I'm like, oh, more money. And then I don't win it anyway. I picked the Bengals. So shout out to the Chargers because they cooked the Bengals. The Chargers really impressed me this season, even though I've picked against them like every single week. And they've punished me for it. But yeah, so that's my 5 teams I've got to pay respects to. I think the boys had similar results. Anyone you just want to pay respect to? Key, we'll start with you, bro. You picked the Eagles, right, for that first game with the Commanders.
Yeah, Saquon's just too good.
He's cooking.
Saquon.
He's cooking.
What, two touchdowns?
2
146 yards.
He went crazy. I had him any time on the parlay, so it still didn't hit. It still didn't hit, so I'm not even going to bring that up, bro. None of my parlays hit this week, so Q, you picked the... Sorry, go on, Key, go on.
Yeah, I obviously, me and you spoke. We both agreed that the Jets would W do for a win.
I've been saying the Jets are W do for a win, but
Seems not.
You picked the Jets?
No, I actually went with the Colts. I was a little
fair
bit
play.
ahead of the curve. Figured out that the Jets are just cursed, man. Like they bet their soul for Super Bowl III, and then they haven't done shit since. We've actually been on the moon more recently than they've won a Super Bowl, which is fucking insane.
Man.
I think I was in the same boat as you, where I was looking at those odds going up and that green number getting bigger and bigger with a lot of these picks.
Even as a Green Bay fan, though, like you didn't think, oh, Rodgers and Adams back together, they're gonna cook over in New York.
Bro, it's what they call a dark cloud franchise over there. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong.
Oh, I'm starting to see that now. You know, back in the day when I used to watch it, because I was out of the game for a few years. But back when I used to be like an avid watcher of the NFL, like the Jets were like one of the worst teams. I remember like towards the end of my time watching, they signed Le'Veon Bell and thought that was going to be the guy to you know bring them back, and then that just didn't work out. But yeah, the Jets. You guys are bums, and we're going to get to our picks soon for you know the next week. I don't want to stay on last week too long, but you know this is probably going to be one of them going forward. I don't know if I'll ever pick the Jets to win ever again this season, but we'll have to wait and see. So Qusic, you picked obviously against the Jets, but you also picked against the Ravens.
Yeah, Steelers. They just got some black magic going in their stadium, dude. Like the first play, the Ravens fumble, and they missed 2 kicks, and the Steelers win just with field goals. Like,
yeah,
AFC North's a bloodbath. They love to kill on each other.
I thought the Chiefs were doing some black magic after that block kick as well against the Broncos, but then I saw the Steelers, what they've been up to, and I'm just like, these two are going band for band with who can be the most devilish team in the NFL right now. Key, did you pick the Steelers or the Ravens for that one?
I took the Ravens, man.
Yeah, I love the Ravens. I love the Ravens.
How wasn't that his first fumble in like something like 500 and something?
Something too long.
It was, like I'm saying, bro, they got the terrible towel fucking throwing everybody off over there.
So on my parlay, I had Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. I think I had yards on him as well. So first play, I see Lamar hand it off, and I'm thinking, here we go, and then he fumbles it, and I'm like, oh, okay, that wasn't like how it was supposed to start, you know, like. But that was a bad omen. You know, that was a bad omen for the rest of the week because then some of these picks just went against me. But good omens, though. Speaking of the Chiefs blocking kicks as well, Qusic, your team, Green Bay. You want to talk about it?
Yeah. Obviously, still need to play up to the potential that we have. Jordan Love actually had a really good game outside of that interception. But the thing I keep thinking about is that last drive we led up with the Bears. Like, I have seen this song and dance so many times, especially against your stupid fucking 49ers, where they just, last drive of the game, it's like, oh, fuck. Let's just let them go straight to the end zone, you know? Like, win the game in the playoffs. Super Bowl doesn't matter anyway. But the Bears, 3rd and 19, get it to a 4th and 3, and then convert that, keep driving down the field, and I'm just like head in my hands like this can't be happening again. Like we can't keep letting up these big plays on the final drive.
Especially against the Bears as well. Because the Bears I'm going to say it right now, the Bears are some bums. The Chicago bums I've been calling them this season. You know, you can tell, by the way, my reaction to certain NFL teams, how much money they've cost me this season. You know, Chicago bums, let me just say that, bro, because I'm finished with them too. The Jets and the Bears, dead to me.
Bro, the Bears are just driving, and I'm like head in my hands, 3 seconds left, and I look up, and I realize, wait a second, those uniforms aren't red and gold, they're orange and blue. This shit's gonna get blocked. And sure enough, Carl Brooks sticks that big mid up in the air, game ender for the Packers, and about flipped my chair when I jumped out of it. That was probably the highlight of my week, because the rest of these was like, I don't know what I was thinking with some of these picks. I'd like to apologize to the Saints. I don't know why I picked the Browns to win. The Browns have been fucking like locker room Mike Tyson levels of ass this year. Their biggest win is Diddy Watson tearing his Achilles. Like,
oh man, yo, the Saints went out there and cooked the Browns. Low key, I took under, I think, on game points for that one on the parlay because I thought these teams are both ass. You know, but the Saints went out there and put numbers on the board, bro. So fair play to the Saints.
Saints are one that I chose too. I took the Saints. I just like Derek Carr.
Yeah, that's a valid. I thought he was still at the Raiders. I'm not gonna lie. It wasn't until like 2 weeks ago I was like, Derek Carr. You know what I mean? But Alvin Kamara's still there though. What happened to Mike Thomas? This is off topic, but where's Can't Guard Mike? Who's he play for now?
I don't even know if he's in the league, bro.
Mike Thomas is not in the league? Oh my god.
Let me check real quick. But I swear Michael Thomas like tore his ACL and was just kind of out of the league from there.
This just shows how long I've not been watching for, because back in the day I used to play the fantasy as well, bro. I had Drew Brees, Alvin Kamara, and Mike Thomas. You would have thought I was a Saints fan, but I was cooking in my fantasy league with those three, bro. And then I saw Alvin Kamara still there. Obviously Drew Brees is off being racist somewhere. That's getting cut. But yeah, Can't Guard Mike, I was like, okay. It's fun to come back and see like certain players that obviously I used to watch all the time, but
apparently I don't know ball because it says he's still on the Saints, but I haven't
oh,
seen
for
him
real?
in what feels like a long time.
Anyone else you want to talk about from last week, Qusic? Any more picks?
I think it was pretty much just pick the Chiefs, pick the Bengals, both of those let me down. Pick the 49ers, they let me down.
Yeah.
And I guess there's always one team every year that I don't realize is legit. Because I picked the Falcons over the Broncos, and that's probably my worst pick of the week.
Yeah, I did the same.
No, I went for the Broncos. I went for the Broncos. Key, you want to talk about that one? You love the Falcons? Well, not so much the Falcons, but
I just love Big Kirko. I just think he's unbelievable. That 500-yard game the other day, insane. He's just so he's so calm in the pocket. He just knows what he's doing. He knows where to put it, and he just puts it up there for anyone to get. And
but sadly, nobody went up there and got it this week for the Falcons. I picked the Broncos, so I'm beating you guys for that one. Now, this was like a grudge match for me. So I mentioned it a few weeks ago. I picked my NFL picks. I went 13-1. The one team that let me down was the bum-ass Broncos. They let me down for a lot of money and for my whole NFL picks. Now, the week later, or it might have even been the same week, I had another parlay on, and it was for yards and 2 touchdowns, I think, for Kirk Cousins. He also let me down. So I was going into this game. Both teams have let me down. So I'm thinking, I don't even care who wins this one, bro. I'm not going to lie. I've got to say, though, I'm very surprised the Broncos put up that many points. Because I think Bo Nix is a bum. So I was not expecting the Broncos to go out there and drop 38 points. You know what I mean? I knew the defense was good. So I wasn't too surprised at the Falcons. In fact, I still was. But 4 touchdowns for Bo Nix. I might have to put respect on him. Never mind the Broncos as a team, but in fact, fuck all of that. They cost me the other week. So fuck the Broncos. They're still bums. But yeah. Anything you want to say, Key, about your 49ers letting you down against the Seahawks?
Oh, man.
I didn't watch the game, so I don't know how it went down, but
it was just I don't know. Like, late on in games, we're always up like 1 touchdown or 1 kick. But like Jake Moody is the most shaky kicker I've ever seen. He's so you can't trust him. Whether it's 50 yards, whether it's 30 yards, he's so untrustworthy. You don't know whether he's going to make it or not. And I end up at the end of a game with no fingernails because I'm just sat there chewing them the whole time because Jake Moody hits the ball terribly. But yeah, it was just all round. It was just a terrible game. We had no George. I don't even know. Ayuk's obviously still out.
CMC's back though, right? Isn't he?
Yeah, CMC was I'm sure he was 70 rushing yards and 30 receiving.
That's not bad with no knees.
Exactly. Brock was good. It was just, yeah. Jake Booty.
Jake Booty.
That's going to be the New Jersey Jake Booty.
Oh, man.
So bad.
Well, I think that's going to do it for the Week 11 recap. Unless there's anything else, any final thoughts you just want to say, or should we move on?
I got one question for Crab here. Do you know what crab mentality is? I feel like, being named after it, you'd probably know. No. Crab mentality is basically a bunch of crabs are in a bucket and one tries to escape and the rest of them pull them down because if they can't escape, why should anybody else? That feels like what the NFC West is doing, bro. Every single week, these guys are just beating the crap out of each other, and it's, from what I see, the closest division. Cardinals 6-4, everybody else is 5-5. And there's one team that my Packers don't want to face in the playoffs. It's those damn Niners. And who we playing next week, bro?
Are you two playing each other this week or next week?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, that's going to be fire to get into. Yo, the NFC West is crazy. I did not know it was that close. For real. The Cardinals are top. I thought the Cardinals were bums. I've picked them a lot this year and they've actually made me money, so I'm not going to say that. Well, not money, but I've picked them on the picks and they've been a good pick, but they're top. I thought the Rams would be smoking. I'm not going to lie.
No, Cardinals have been doing really good this year. I got, they put up fucking 41 against the Rams in week 2. They've had some big performances, but they've also had a lot of stinkers, so,
I think that goes for everyone in that division, but it's going to be awkward because obviously me and Crab, or Key, I call him Key, you can call him Crab, I guess. Key, you want Crab to be your internet name, I guess. But anyway, yeah, so, me and Crab are from the UK, so we are going to see different times. So for us, it's a Thursday night game, but for Qusic, it's Friday morning, right? Or no, it's a Friday morning for us, Thursday night for you guys, I mean. Yeah. So, and then obviously also with UK football, we have the home team first, then the away team when we say a fixture. But then in the NFL, it's flipped. So it might sound a bit weird, but the first game is Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cleveland Browns. Am I right in saying that? Are they traveling to Cleveland? Yeah? Yep. Okay, because I have to flip it every time I look at the fixtures. So that is the Thursday night game, Friday morning for us. I think for all of us, this is an easy pick. For me, I'm going to Steelers. I don't have much to say. Russell Wilson, I actually do have to put respect on Russ. I thought he wasn't going to be that good when he went back there. He obviously stunk it up for the Broncos. He still can't throw over the middle. That's always been, I feel like, his weak points because he's about 5'8". Can't throw over the middle, but that, bro, what are they calling it? The bubble shot or something? I don't even know what they're calling it, bro, but he be throwing that ball that's just arcing, bro. George Pickens is going crazy with his CTE down the sidelines too. I'm picking the Steelers. That's all I got to say. Key, you want to go next? We'll do it in that order. So, Key, who you got, bro?
Yeah, I'm picking the Steelers too. I think with Mr. Unlimited QB, and I just think again, good team, good players. I don't think they can really be beaten by that terrible team.
The bum-ass Browns, especially coming off a win as well against Baltimore. That's a big win. They're 8-2 this season, the Steelers. Mike Tomlin's cooking on the sideline with his big eyes. Qusic, who you got for this one? I
got one word for you. Steelers. It's not that hard. The Browns have been, like I said, Mike Tyson locker room levels of ass.
So Arizona picked there. Watch us all be wrong on the first pick and Jameis Winston goes out there and eats the W again or something, bro. But I think Jameis Winston should be an actor. If he gives up NFL, because every time I see an interview with that guy or just anything about that guy, he's so charismatic and the interview about Deshaun Watson when he's like, I'm going to support him because that's what I do. Whatever he said, bro. I'm like, get it, this guy in like Creed 4 or something, bro. I don't even know if they're making a Creed 4, but anyway, the first game
Say
then.
his name one more time.
Jameis Winston? No, is it not Jameis? Or is it Jameis?
I've always heard it pronounced Jameis.
Jameis? I say Jameis, bro. Okay, well, maybe I'm tripping then. Okay, maybe it's Jameis. I thought it was Jameis, bro. You know what I mean? I don't care, bro. He's a bum either way. Who cares? You know what I mean? Anyway, respect to Winston, bro. I used to like him. I think he was drafted the same year as Mariota, right? Am I right in saying that? They were 1 and 2.
Yeah.
That was when I was peaking to the NFL, bro. So shout out to the boy, Jameis. Yeah, there we go. There we go. So we into the 6 p.m. Sunday games then. Is it 6 p.m.? That's 6 p.m. for us. Yeah. Okay, so it's 6 p.m. on Sunday. What time is it in the US?
Usually 12 to 1 o'clock. It just depends on where the teams are at in the country.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah? Yo, I didn't even think about that. Because, like, obviously in the UK, you have games all around, like with the Prem weekends, but it's one time zone, bro. I didn't even think about that. That is wild. But first game, we have the Vikings against the Bears. Now, again, and like we just mentioned, you know, I think this is an easy pick for us. I'm going Vikings. I don't have much else to say other than Chicago. Chicago bums, bro. I've been trying to say it. I love the city of Chicago, but the Bears have let me down too many times this season. I'm going Vikings. That's all there is to say. Key, what about you, bro?
I judge a team off the QB, and it might be a little bit, like, don't know the word. I want to say selfish, but I really like Caleb Williams, and I really think he's actually really good. But the thing is, the Vikings are just too good. They really are, and it's what Sam Darnold's their QB now.
Yeah, yeah. He's been cooking low key.
That's what I mean. I think he's so calm too. He's so calculated with every throw that he makes. And I know every QB is, because like that's what they get paid for. But I just think he's so calm and like collected, and he just puts it where it needs to be. I respect it.
So you going Vikings?
The Minnesota Vikings.
Bro, you had me in the first half, not gonna lie. I thought you were about to pick the Bears. I was gonna say upset alert on the second game. Qusic, what about you, bro? You going for the upset or you going for the favourite?
I mean, I gotta agree with Key. Caleb has the potential to be a good quarterback. This is coming from a Packers fan, which you know is bad, but the Bears need to quit ruining their quarterbacks. And that's exactly what's going on this season. So with that, I think I'm going to have to take the Vikings on this one.
Resounding pick there. 3 for the Vikings, 3 for the Steelers. I've got a feeling we're all going to agree on this next game too. It's the Detroit Lions at the Indianapolis Colts. The Lions, bro, they can't be stopped. I'm taking over in game points. I'm taking over in yards for the boy Jared Goff. He has been going crazy. And yeah, I'm going with the Lions, bro. They're 9-1. I think they make that 10-1. The Colts, they can put up points though. I think it'll be a good game, that one, honestly. At the Colts Stadium too. I think definitely take over on game points. I don't encourage betting, by the way, or gambling. So this is all hypothetical. But I'm taking over on game points. Give me money line Detroit. What about you, Key?
Yeah, again, agree. The Lions, they're too good. 9-1. Jared Goff, he's thrown 20 touchdowns, 9 ints. The other day he threw 5 ints or something like that in one game,
and he still won. Yeah,
yeah.
Who was that against? Because they're bums. How can you intercept it 5 times? That was the Texans. Oh my. Don't even get me started on the Texans. Don't even get me started on the Texans. Q, who you got for this one, bro? Lions against Colts.
It's got to be the Lions, man. I mean, I think Colts are rolling out Anthony Richardson. So what's the over on how many interceptions the Lions are going to get? Because, oh my God, there's a tweet that I saw that I absolutely love. It's Anthony Richardson in his mind. He spins a wheel, and it's is it going to be Lamar Jackson on a play, or is he going to be fucking Deshaun Kaiser? So, yeah, Lions.
Lions. 3 for the Lions again, bro. I'm definitely taking over in game points with that. That is... I think Colts can at least put up at least minimum 10, bro. You know? At least minimum 10, and then Detroit, if they go out there and put up 30, they can put 30 on them. Give me over 41.5. Exactly. Give me over 42.5 game points. Watch it be 10 to 14, bro. Anyway, So we've had 3 games there with a pretty like easy pick, I would say, for the winner. I feel like this one probably an easy pick again, but I'm very tempted to go upset alert. It's the New England Patriots against the Miami Dolphins. Now, I was gonna say I might go Patriots, but Tua's back. Hawk Tua, and I just feel like I gotta go with the Dolphins for this one. I'm not gonna lie. If he was still out, because there was a few weeks when Tua was out and Dolphins were just arse, and I was picking against the Dolphins and getting good odds. But I think the Patriots, what's my man's name? Drake May? He's just not that good. Didn't he get injured as well, or am I tripping?
Yeah.
He got injured, was it?
I think he got concussed, no?
So is he gotta sit out this one, or?
I'm not
too
sure.
Maybe I'm making that up, but maybe I'm the one who got concussed, but I feel like Drake May got concussed and he can't play, or I might be tripping.
He definitely did have a concussion. I don't know if he's back though.
I thought he was back because he played last week.
Okay, well,
He
there you
made it
go.
through the game last week, so
Okay, so maybe I'm tripping then. But he's threw 9 touchdowns this season and 6 interceptions. That's nearly a 1-to-1 ratio. I don't like those odds, so maybe I'll take over 1 interception. But yeah, I'm going Dolphins. I'm yapping now. Dolphins for me. Key, what about you?
Yeah, I went Dolphins too. I tend to pick the Dolphins every week, to be honest. When it's a close game, I don't know. I just really think the Dolphins are really good. I think they're underrated. I think people just hate on them.
I
really
will
like the
admit,
script.
I've been hating on the Dolphins this season. I really have. I think, who did I take, bro? It was like, I took Tyreek Hill under yards and, what's my man's name as well? Waddle. I took him under yards as well. And I cashed out. So when I take under yards on somebody and it cashes out, then I just think they're bums, you know? But I know they're good players, obviously, but still. Yeah, I mean, Tua's back now. They're going to be a bit better. They've been putting up more numbers now that he's back. So I think that'll just be a terrible game to watch, though. I might be tripping with that, but I feel like if I was watching that one, I'd be like, the fuck is this? That's like watching, I don't know, like Fulham against like Crystal Palace. I feel like I'd just be watching it thinking, all right, who's next? You know, type shit, bro. Qusic, who you got for this one, though?
As much as I want to try to make things different for everybody, I think I'm gonna have to choose the Dolphins as well. Like with a healthy Tua, supposedly healthy Tua, they're
Supposedly.
definitely better contenders than the Patriots. Bro, Tua came back from concussion protocol, threw a pick, and immediately dove headfirst at the guy's knees to
I was just about to bring that up.
try to tackle him.
What is wrong with this
So,
guy? He literally threw himself head first to make a tackle. Like, this guy is not all right.
bro,
But
he gets a standing ovation when he slides. That's the level we're at right now.
oh, I'm convinced he does it on purpose. You know, I think he's trying to beat the record for like most head hits in a season or something. But we've all agreed again. I feel like it's one of them where when we all agree, you do want to go for the upset alert. I'm tempted to go Patriots. I might take Moneyline Patriots on a separate parlay just to spice it up, you know, just in case for that one. But I feel like this week, looking at the rest of the fixtures too, it's pretty straightforward who we're going to pick. Like even the next like 4 games, I feel like we're all going to agree. So, oh my God, I feel like the next 5. Anyway, let me just get into the next pick, bro. Next up is Tampa Bay Buccaneers at New York Giants. Now, me and Key in real life, one of our friends supports the New York Giants. They've just made the decision to get rid of Daniel Jones. I don't know who they're putting in there. Probably some other bum. I think the both New York teams are cooked. Jets, Giants, just put the fries in the bag, bro. It's season over for you. Give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Even with all the injuries that they've had this season, I feel like the Bucs will still go out there, get the job done. That's all I gotta say on that one.
Yeah, same. Buccaneers all day. Baker's too good. It's crazy how they're still actually a really good team, despite losing Mike Evans, obviously Godwin, two unbelievable receivers, and they've lost both of them, and they're still dominating teams. They still put up a fight against us last week. Unbelievable team. I'm going with the Buccaneers.
Who you got, Q?
I mean, it's got to be Bucks again. Like, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but the Giants and Jets share a stadium, and that stadium is in New Jersey, not New York. So those teams are fucking frauds. Like, I don't know how else to put it. Buccaneers are gonna wipe the floor with the Giants.
I actually did not know that they shared a stadium. You know, that is, I feel like some like stuff I should know as an NFL fan and watcher. But that is cool information to find out. But yeah, 2-8 on the season for the Giants. What's the Jets record this season? It's got to be something similar. I think they're on a bye week, the Jets, aren't they? Oh, you got lucky, Jets. Jets fans, you got lucky that I don't have to talk about your team again. They're on a bye week. They fucking need it.
3-8,
yeah,
so
well, there you go.
I don't know how lucky you can be at 3-8.
There's how many weeks left this season? 6. You may as well take 6 bye weeks, Jets, because there's no coming back from this. Just sit this one out, bro. Yeah. Wait there. We all picked the Bucs again, right? We all picked the same. And next up is the Dallas Cowboys at Washington Commanders. Now, I'm going to start for this one because, obviously, like I mentioned before, when I was younger, I used to be a Dallas Cowboys fan. I didn't really have any, I've never been to America. I have no relation or, like, what's the word? Like, commitment to any state or, affiliation to any state or team. My dad went to Dallas one time with, like, his for his job. And he brought me back at Dallas Cowboys football. And from there, I just liked the Dallas Cowboys, and that was back in like the Tony Romo, Des Bryant era. And then when we got, I said I'm not a fan, but I always say we. I always have a soft spot for Dallas, So we drafted in Ezekiel Elliott, and Dak Prescott came through the ranks. And I really like Dak Prescott. I will always defend Dak, even though he's liable to throw a pick. He's out for the season. Cooper Rush came in, stunk it up. But then last game, he went crazy. He went crazy against the Texans, 380 yards, something like that. So I was going to say, give me Dallas, but nah, I'm going with JD5. Like I mentioned in the intro, I love the Commanders. Well, I don't love the Commanders. I love JD5. I think JD5 is just him. I think he's great. I might take an anytime CeeDee Lamb touchdown for this one and over yards for my boy JD5, but I'm going to be watching that game if I can. I think that'll be a good game. Divisional game too. It's always a fun game, but I think the Cowboys go 3-8 as much as it pains me to say. But it doesn't really pay me to say, but always going to have a soft spot for Dallas. But yeah, I'm going Commanders and bring me my money, JD5. Who you got for this one, bro?
I've got one thing to say. A lot of Americans are Dallas Cowboy fans, and I'm not one of them.
You're not American either.
I'm taking the Commanders here. I think they're great too. I think JD5, unbelievable. 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, unbelievable. Even like the Russian core is insane. But yeah, that's what I'm taking.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta go Commanders on this one too, especially just after a loss in the division. You definitely need to make those games back up. And who better than to beat up on the Dallas Cowboys, After, I don't know if you knew this or not, but after the Packers came in and put ass to belt to the Cowboys in the playoffs, the Cowboys have not won a home game this year. And they're playing away this time, but I still feel like, you need to know that because they've been ass, bro. Yeah. And that Saints-Cowboys game gets funnier and funnier every week.
Well, there's been a lot of arse in the Dallas Cowboys stadium this season, and I'm not just talking about Mike Tyson, but
injured too, isn't he?
Dak's out for the season, so Cooper Rush is going to be in again. I might take over 200 yards on Cooper Rush. I feel like he had a nice look last game. I don't know if that was just the Texans defense being arse or if he's just started to click with this offense now after a little while. I feel like there's going to be points in this game for sure. The Cowboys defense has been struggling a lot this year for the run especially. I might even take... I need to stop talking about what I'm taking on the parlays because my parlays never hit, so do not take this advice. But I feel like JD5, bro, he loves to throw the ball. But like you say, Washington have a good rush game and the Dallas defense this year hasn't been great for rushing, but I might take over on rushing yards for JD5. Now, he's been struggling, I feel like, since the rib injury. I watched him last time out and he looked like he was wincing every time he had to like try and turn into his throw. So I feel like they might rely on the run game for this one. I might even go under passing yards for JD5 for this one. I need to stop basing all of my like picks on bets, bro. It's it's getting to a dangerous level right now.
Gamble. Do not gamble.
Do not gamble. That's what losers say. Always gamble. Remember, 90% of gamblers quit before they hit big. Anyway, let me not even encourage that. I'm going to cut that out. But yo, yeah, like I say, I feel like... Go on, sorry.
was gonna say, just put Adventure Time over when you say that.
Yeah, Adventure Time, bro. I'm all in. Give me the over in rushing yards for the Commanders. Maybe not for JD5 though. Like I say, I was watching him. Who did they play last? It was the Eagles, right? And he didn't look like, prime. Obviously, he's had that rib injury. Every time he goes off the field, he's like getting ice packs and stuff on there and loads of strapping and stuff, bro. So, I mean, he might be back to full health now, but I feel like he's just going to play through it till the end of the season. But for the division, for the sake of the Washington season, bro, they need to win this game. If they lose to the Cowboys here, they go to 7-5, and they were what, 7-2 at one point? Am I tripping, or have they took 2 losses in a row? I feel like I might have made that up.
Let me check here.
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Nice argument, Senator. Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Oh. Yeah, no, I made it up because
No, it looks like they lost their last 2. They lost to the Steelers and lost to the Eagles.
Oh, I was right. I didn't make it up.
Trust me, bro.
Source is trust me, bro. So yeah. Oh yeah, there was the Steelers, bro. That was a good game as well. So yeah, bro, if they take 3 L's in a row against the Cowboys too, now they got to go out there and win. There's a W on the badge for a reason. The W due for a win. But it's going to get sticky if Cowboys go out there and put up a W. Now, we've all agreed on every match so far. And bro, this is an easy week for picks. If I don't hit the parlay this week, I'm going to just give it all up, I think, because the next game is the Kansas City the Chiefs against the Carolina ass whoopers, bro. Not even ass whoopers. They get their ass whooped every game, bro. Kansas City Chiefs against the Carolina Panthers. It's at the Panthers Stadium, but for me, that means absolutely nothing. Panthers, you're going 3-8. The Chiefs are going to make it 10-1. I'm taking Mahomes. I'm taking over 2 touchdowns for Mahomes. I might even take anytime touchdown Travis Kelce. So give me that. Give me the Chiefs. Travis Kelce's definitely not going to score, by the way. That'll be the one thing that lets me down. But I'm taking over 5 camera shots of Taylor Swift in the crowd, though. I don't even know if she's allowed in Carolina. I know she has a box in the Kansas City Stadium. I don't know if she'll be there, but wait there. She might not even be there. That's going to fail a bet. Let me stop talking about bets, bro. Give me moneyline Chiefs, though. Key, who you got for this one?
So a little backstory for this one. I'm taking the Chiefs.
Okay.
On the sole purpose, I have a superstar career on last year's Madden. When I was
Madden 24?
Yes.
He's not even on the new game.
I've got the new one.
Oh, okay.
So last year, I was a running back. I think I was a running back for Tampa Bay, and second year they just let Baker go. Just let him go somewhere else, and brought in Andy Dalton, and he stunk the place up. He absolutely stunk the place up. So for that sole reason, I'm going with the Chiefs.
Okay, Andy Dalton doesn't even start, does he?
Yeah, he's the starting QB.
Is he not back up? I thought they brought the young lad back in.
Oh, either way.
Don't they have the young lad? Who's the young guy, bro?
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young.
The young guy, Bryce Young. Yeah.
Bryce Young, yeah. So, but I mean, no, Andy Dalton's got stats this season. I feel like they've just been fucking flipping a coin for who starts for them.
Yeah, they've been going back and forth.
And they're still 3-7. It stinks. It's about to be 3-8. Qusic, who you got?
I mean, for the Chiefs, they just lost to the Bills. They need to put their pedal to the metal and actually play some good football this year. Like, my thoughts for last week was like, you know that one Bronze 30, this fuckery won't last for much longer tweet? That's felt like what this Chiefs season has been, and the fuckery ran out last week. So if they keep playing like that, it might be like a one-possession game. But either way, I think Chiefs are going to win. They need to get in the right attitude after that Bills game. I think they crushed the Panthers. Yeah,
that's true, bro. I feel like I've watched a few of the Chiefs games this season, and they're 9-1, but like they shouldn't be 9-1. You know, you had the block kick against the Broncos. The Broncos should have got that, bro. They should have won that game. And they haven't looked like you said, that they haven't looked like the Chiefs really. Like, you know, playing sick football. They've been scraping by with a few of these wins. Let's just say that they need to get it. But once they kick into gear, though, never doubt Mahomes. That's my thing. Never bet against them. even though I bet the other week on him and he let me down, but still never bet against him is the motto. And go on. Sorry.
Did you guys take Chiefs last week?
I took the Chiefs, but in my head I knew the Bills were going to win. I knew the Bills were going to win, but in my head I was like, give me money line Chiefs because they were underdogs. I never bet against Mahomes. That was my logic. But are the Bills playing this week? Or are they on a bye? They're on a bye as well.
Yeah.
Damn, I want to talk about the Bills, but so far I don't know how many games that's been, but we've all agreed on every single game. And next up, in fact, wait there. Can we double back to the Panthers a second? Talk about some chicken wings earlier.
Barbecue salt.
Different twang of barbecue salt.
Do you had any food since you arrived?
I had some chicken wings earlier. They had a little different taste to them, like y'all use a different twang of barbecue sauce.
He's going under yards in, bro. Xavier Leggett, give me under yards on him. Give me over wings, though. Over on chicken wings. Next game, though. Tennessee Titans against Houston Texans. A lot of T's in there. And I'm going to go with the Texans. I think the Titans have not done anything this season to impress me. In fact, I have been impressed by how arse they've been. 2-8. It's going to be 2-9. Joe Mixon's cooking this season. I really like Joe Mixon. Bro, I don't even want to talk too much about the Texans because CJ Stroud, all you have to do is throw one touchdown, bro. One touchdown, CJ. And he let me down for that. But it doesn't even matter. I'm going Texans. I like what the Texans be doing. But at the same time, I don't think they're like an elite team, the Texans. Is that controversial to say? I don't know. Texans fans don't get at me, but I feel like you'll win this game easy, but at the same time, you're not making Super Bowl anytime soon. So, like, fuck out of here type shit, bro. You know what I mean? Key, who you got for this one?
Yeah, I'm going with Houston too. I don't think they're a great team. I don't think they're a bad team. I think they're an above average team. I think CJ Stroud's great. Joe Mixon, great. But the Titans, they just stink. They just absolutely stink. After losing King Henry, it's over.
Like, they've had the best pass defense this season, though, which is surprising to me. Like, how do you have the best passing defense in the league and you're still ass? Because they can't score. You know, they just can't score, bro. It's a shame to see because that defense have been putting in work this year. You know, going out there, making the stops, making the plays, keeping, you know, at least the passing yards. I don't know what the rush defense is like for the Titans, but I know that they've had the best pass defense. And even still, 2-8, it stinks. Q, what are you saying on this game?
I mean, I'm really wanting to do something different from you guys here, but that's probably not going to happen for another couple games. It's got to be the Texans. Like, Will Levis has more meme of the weeks than he does wins. Like,
He literally does.
It's been that kind of season for the Titans, and it's definitely not going to get any better this week against the Texans.
Oh, man. What a funny week. So 8 picks so far. We've all picked the same. Right, so far, if we ended it there on those 8 picks, that's an easy hit on a parlay, surely. Surely.
I thought that with my little 10-1 that I done last week, that was an easy hit. And the main team, the one team that let me down was I feel like ripping it off right now.
Low key, bro. I feel like we're going to pick. Oh my God. Okay. So the next game I feel like is the last one we're about to agree on. It's the Denver Broncos at the Las Vegas Raiders. Now, the Broncos, bro, I've mentioned the Broncos a lot because they're like my, not kryptonite team, but, you know, like I say, because they let me down on that 1 week for the 13-1. I never want to bet on them, but they backed it up last week. I picked them against the Falcons. They went out there, put up the points, made the stops on D2. Hopefully, they go out there and do the same again. I'm picking the Denver Broncos. Okay.
Yeah, another agree.
There we go.
I agree. I'm taking them too. What's the guy's name?
Bo
on
Nix?
D for...
Oh.
No, is it Max Crosby? It is Max Crosby, isn't it?
Yeah.
For the Raiders. I think he's unbelievable, but I think he's on a sinking ship. He needs out. He needs to go.
Yeah, it's bad over there.
I don't even know anyone who plays for the Raiders. I don't know ball because I literally don't know anyone.
I know Minshew is the QB because I've watched a couple games because I had that parlay that was like each team to have a passing touchdown, and that game was like the second to last one that I needed it in, and it wasn't even Minshew that got the passing touchdown. It was the backup QB. He like come in for the last 5 minutes of the fourth and got a passing touchdown.
Yeah, I hate the name Minshew as well. I think that's a terrible name. I mean, no offense to the guy because you don't get to choose your second name, but I think Minshew, when I hear Minshew, bro, my money doesn't feel safe betting on that guy. You know, I do not feel confident putting money on a guy called Minshew, bro. He sounds like Sandshrew from Pokemon, like the second evolution. The second evolution of Sandshrew, though, he evolved into Minshew. Like, what is that name? I don't even know, but Q, who are you going with for this one? Are you agreeing or are you making the upset?
I gotta agree, man. You guys are talking about like you don't know anybody on the roster. Just think of like the most obscure veteran players you can think of, and that's all they got. Like they got Minshew, they got Alexander Madison, Jacoby Myers, like people that other teams didn't necessarily want. They got Amir Abdullah, a name that I haven't heard since he was at Nebraska. Like this is the team that they're fielding against the Broncos, who, like I said before, I guess I was just sleeping on them. I didn't realize they were. I don't want to say legit, but like big win against the Falcons, big win against a lot of other teams, and
nearly beat the Chiefs. Nearly beat the Chiefs as well. So
yeah, and I mean they're fighting for that division because Chiefs are 9-1, Chargers 7-3. Broncos 6-5, all up at the top, and then you see the Raiders in the basement at 2-8 right now, about to be 2-9. It looks like. So, yeah, it's got to be the Broncos again.
See if the Broncos. Sorry, go on.
I was just saying. No, I'll let you go because it's about that game.
Oh yeah, go on. I was just about to say if the Broncos got that win against the Chiefs, they're going into this game 7-4, and that like is just a whole different record. Looking at 6-5, you think. Obviously, I haven't watched every game this season, so I don't know how good they have been. I know that Bo Nix does not convince me, but last game, he showed glimpses that he can be that guy. And if they were going into this game, because in my head, they won that game against the Chiefs, I don't care. They won that game against the Chiefs, bro. Like, what sort of black magic stuff is that? I don't believe in that. You know what I mean? They beat the Chiefs. So they're 7-4 this season, the Broncos, in my mind. Going into this one, bro, against the Raiders, like you say, this is going to be a low odds parlay because it's just favourites all around so far. There's not been a hard game to pick, it feels like. But yeah, I'm going Broncos, bro. We all gone Broncos. 10 picks or 9 picks in. We've all picked exactly the same teams. Anything else to say on that one, Q? Did I cut you off there?
No, I was just saying I'm looking forward to this next game because looks like we're finally getting some different opinions here.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say myself, bro. We've picked the same for 9 games so far. This one, I feel like we're definitely getting different picks. It's the San Francisco 49ers, Crab's team, against the Green Bay Packers, obviously Qusic's team. Now, I'll take a backseat for this one. I don't even want to start. One of you two, do you want to start? Like, anything to say? You just want to take the floor? Q, you want to start for this?
I'll go first, yeah. Look, the Packers have not played up to their potential all year, and that's what's pissing a lot of fans off because we're 7-3 right now. We got a great record, but the play behind it isn't exactly the best. And you look at this 49ers team, of course, Christian McCaffrey would be like, yeah, I think Packers week is a good week to, finally come back and everything. And especially with our rush defense being so awful against the Bears, it's hard to pick the Packers. But, as a great footballer once said, as long as there is delusion, there is hope. I have deluded myself into thinking that the Packers not only win this game, but we get back Toyotathon levels of Jordan Love.
Any response from the 49ers fan? Any response from the Niners?
I'm obviously going to take San Francisco. See, a little, obviously, unknown thing. When I first started watching the NFL, like, got to be like 5-6 years ago, I was actually a cheesehead. I actually used to love Green Bay. I was a big Rodgers fan. Just used to love them. Then I took a little hiatus, came back. Now I'm a Niners fan. So it's sort of like a win-win for me because it's like my old team, the better team, the Niners. It just depends. I think, honestly, if because Bosa left the game, I think, like in the third last game. So if he's playing, it's an easy Niners win, in my opinion. He's just too good. If he's not playing, if Kittle's not playing, Green Bay. But I'm going to pick the Niners.
So the first pick this week that we've had people go for different teams. Now, I haven't looked at the fixtures before this recording, so this is my first time seeing that you two were even playing each other. This was not planned, and that is a very tough game for me to pick. I like what I've seen from Green Bay this season. You know, I have picked Green Bay a lot, and they've normally won when I've picked them in the picks, and San Fran has normally lost when I've picked them in the picks. Now, on the NFL picks, the ESPN website, it's showing the Packers are actually favorites for this game. So they're minus 140. San Fran is plus 120. I feel like, but Green Bay's at home though too. This is a really tough one to pick, bro. This would be one of the ones I leave off the parlay because this one could go either way. I feel like this one could be. I feel like this one could be like 3 points in it, you know, or maybe another blocked field goal or something that it comes down to. Especially with San Fran's kicker. In fact, it wasn't even need to get blocked. He'll miss it by himself, bro. You know what I mean? Jake Booty over there, bro. So, this is a really tough game, bro. I am leaning towards the Packers for money line, but over yards on CMC. Bro, this is a tough game. This is a really tough game. Green Bay is 7-3. I did not know you were doing that good this season. That is a really good record, bro. I thought you were at least like 6-5 or something. I don't know, like something a bit more dodgy looking than that, you know. But that's a tough one. I feel like I've picked Green Bay on my phone right now. Yeah, I've picked them on the picks, but I feel like I'm going to regret that, and I feel like I might change it before the final, or before the game kicks off, because we've moved on now into the late kickoffs. I forgot to mention that the Broncos game is a later kickoff, the Packers game, and then the next ones after, obviously even later. So I might change it. I might, but maybe I'll listen to these guys and these convince me. But I'm going Packers. That's a tough one, though. I'm going Packers. I like Jordan Love. I like him.
McCaffrey's gonna just run it down. I think McCaffrey's gonna run the show. Yeah, I might even put McCaffrey 2 touchdowns. 2?
Bro, he's got no knees.
Not a bad bet.
Is he coming back now? Is he? I didn't watch the games, to be fair. I've not watched any of the Niners games this season, and I feel like that's what's letting me down for this pick. How is the Niners pass defense?
Honestly, Fred Warner, best linebacker in the league. Unbelievable.
You guys are 12th.
Not too bad.
That's not too bad. That's like middle of the pack, you know? Because I was going to say maybe Jordan Love goes out there and puts some dots up, but that's going to be a good game. I hope that's on TV in the UK because that'll be a good game. I feel like that is definitely, like, regardless of any official status, game of the week. Probably looking at it. Oh, this next one though is a tough one to pick. Okay, now the picks are getting a bit more feisty, bro. So let's move on from that game. We had 2 for Green Bay, 1 for San Fran. Every time I look back at that game, I'm like hesitating to press the 49ers and change my pick, but I'm going to stick with Green Bay for now. Next game, another one that could go either way. Arizona Cardinals at Seattle Seahawks. It's 2 birds going against each other. Which is the bird of prey, the Cardinal or the Seahawk? Now, if we're going off actual like animals, probably the Seahawk would like kill the Cardinal bird, like if they had a fight. But in football terms, what does this mean in football terms? They are both favorites. It's chatting with the odds. Cardinals are minus 105, Seahawks are minus 115. I personally, every time I've picked the Cardinals, they've cashed me out this year. I'm tempted to go again, but it's in Seattle. You know what Seattle's like with their 12th man, bro, with that crowd. They could go out there and get the result. This is such a tough game. Do you want to go first for this one? Because I don't know who to pick right now. I want to hear your arguments, and then maybe I'll make my pick based on that. Have you got anything to say? Key, do you want to go?
Yeah. Obviously, being a Niners fan, I hate the Seahawks with a passion. I think they're so bad. I think they're just on they're on a generational run right now for their club. 5-5, they shouldn't even be there, to be honest. We should have beat them last week. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're coming off a loss to the Seahawks too. So this is a salty
Geno Smith.
This is a salty pick. You see, I feel like Geno is one of those quarterbacks who just gets yards, bro. He just finds a way to get yards. I don't know why. I feel like every time I look at a Seahawks game, regardless of whether they win or lose, I look at the like stats afterwards, and Gino's got like at least 250 or three. Sometimes he'll just go for 300 yards and they'll still lose, and I'm like, like this guy's putting up yardage though. And the Cardinals defense, this is one where I wish I was more of a stats guy, but I am more of a vibes guy. So I don't know if the Cardinals defense is that good. I do actually have the stats on my phone, even though I've just said I'm a vibes guy. The Cardinals are 21st for pass defense, and for rushing defense, I can't even see them, bro. Where even are they? They're 18th, so they're just not great. So I reckon Seattle will put up yards against them. I think Gino can put up yards against that defense, but I low-key want to pick the Cardinals. I like what they've been doing, and literally, this is no logic behind my picks. This is just vibes, because every time I've put them on a parlay, they've cashed me. I'm taking Cardinals. I think that's 2 for Cardinals. Keith, did you take them there as well? Sorry, I think I cut you off before the pick. You took Cardinals.
I'm going to take the Cardinals. I hate the Seahawks. I think it's going to be a slugfest. I feel like the Cardinals with Arizona, like every game they have, like the defense is like average or like bad. So I feel like they just end up winning a shootout every game. I feel like Kyler Murray's just too good too.
So we're taking over in game points is what you're saying on the parlay?
Yeah. Game points, Cardinals.
Q, what you saying for this one, bro?
I'm just looking back at the records for every team, and I don't know if I wrote this down wrong because I can't believe what I'm seeing here. But it looks like the Cardinals' last loss was against my Green Bay Packers, and that was all the way back in Week 6. They beat the Chargers. They beat the Dolphins. Where'd they go? Come on. They dismantled the Bears and the Jets back to back, I think. And they've just been going on a tear.
Well, did you say the Bears and the Jets?
Yeah, I mean,
the 2 most bummy teams in the league right now. Fuck the Bears, fuck the Jets. I got to get that in there every time. I'm sorry. I've just got to point that out. Fuck the Bears.
What I'm saying is when you play bad teams, you got to destroy them, and that's exactly what the Chargers have been doing.
That is true.
Been like keeping it close. Like these games are Cardinals 29, Bears 9, Cardinals 31, Jets 6. Like, and they're also coming off a bye. It looks like as well. So they got some fresh legs. They got some pretty dominating wins, even against bad teams under their belt. I thought this one was going to go differently with you guys, but I guess I'm going Cardinals too.
Damn, let's go. We all agreeing again. Let's go. So, on the ESPN pick'em, by the way, it's 50-50 for this one. So I don't know if that's just Cardinals and the Seahawks fans picking there, but it's 50-50 for the picks. Like I say, though, Seattle's at home. You know, their home stadium does make a big difference. When I was younger and used to be proper into the NFL, one of my like mates who I used to play with, he was a Seahawks fan, and that Seahawks team, bro, like I used to look back at that team now and I was like, that's like one of the most generational teams that I've seen. Like the names that was in that team back then, like obviously Wilson was that QB, Tyler Lockett was doing like at least one kick return touchdown every single game, bro. You had Bobby Wagner on the defense, Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas. How did they not win a Super Bowl? Just off those names alone? Or did they win a Super Bowl? They did win a Super Bowl. They did, but it was the year right before I think that we got into the game, and that's why one of my mates picked Seattle to be his team. See, I'm showing me I do not know ball knowledge right now because they literally did win a Super Bowl with that team. But yeah, so we've all picked Cardinals there. Next up, this is another good game, but I feel like it's an obvious winner. Philadelphia Eagles at Los Angeles Rams. The Pigskin Pick'em has an 84% Eagles, and I am in that 84%, bro. You know, I like the Rams. I do. I think Cooper Kupp being back is a massive boost for their season. He's been cooking straight away since he came back. I think he was injured, right? And he's been back for a few weeks now. And he's one of my favorite players in the league, honestly, Cooper Kupp. I'm not going to lie. He might be the coldest white boy in the league. Now, I know the 49ers fan over here wants to argue that they've got 2 of the coldest white boys in the league, but I think Cooper Kupp might be top 1. You know what I mean? He might be top 2, but he's not 2 type shit, bro. So I'm taking the Eagles still because Saquon is just, he is like, we look at Derrick Henry as like one of the most unstoppable forces in the league, but I'm looking at Saquon and he's right up there too because he's crazy. And Jalen Hurts, bro, he loves a little 1-yard rushing touchdown too. So I definitely think there's going to be scores in this game. This might be another slugfest, possibly. But the Eagles' D is decent, right? I think they might have a good defense. They're 5th in rushing yards allowed and 3rd in passing yards allowed, as in like 3rd best. Okay, maybe the Rams don't put many points on the board here. The Eagles' D is crazy. The offense is crazy. Eagles' D is wild. Pause. So I'm picking Eagles. My bad. I'd be yapping on these. Apologies. Let me pass the ball on. Let me hand this off to Key, our resident running back.
Yeah. I like the Rams. I really do. I like Stafford. I like Cooper Kupp. I like Puka Nacua. I think they have a really, really good team. But I think the Eagles are just too good. It's like the Chiefs without the black magic, honestly.
That's true.
We have a good friend from work that is an Eagles guy.
Do we?
And yeah.
Who in work? For real?
Slappy's an Eagles fan. Yeah.
Bro, I did not know he even liked the NFL.
Yeah. We have a bald friend, Qusic, and we call him Slappy.
His name's Slappy. Yeah, I was about to say, why was that relevant information to bring up? He's our friend, but he's bald. So as if he's not our friend because of that.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, our mate from work. I say mate, but he's fucking hideous. Like, you know.
But he's bald.
Oh. Because I thought you were going to mention Tom with the Giants. Sorry, go on. You're taking Eagles for that?
Yeah. I think they're just too good.
Q, what are we saying?
I mean, basically rinse and repeat for that. Like, the Rams are decent competition whenever they have a healthy Stafford, Nakua, and Kupp. But like you said, the Eagles have just been too good recently. Like, I think the Rams can put up points, but is it going to be enough, especially against the defense that the Eagles have and how their offense has exploded? Like, last year they fell apart at the second half of the season, and with fucking Saquon, they are one of the best offenses in the league now. So it's got to be the Eagles, in my opinion.
I don't think I'll ever recover from that backwards hurdle play. That might be one of the craziest plays. Going back to the Seahawks and that team that they had, Marshawn Lynch was in that team too. And some of the plays I used to see him do were ridiculous. He would have like 25 man trying to tackle him. All the players off the bench would be on the pitch trying to tackle this guy too. And he would still run it into the end zone, bro. And I think this is the craziest running back play I've ever seen. I'll never see a better play than this. Or some of the stiff arms and trucks he used to do. He was ridiculous. But then that backwards hurdle from Saquon Barkley, that might be the best play I've ever seen in football. Like the Odell Beckham catch against the Cowboys, that is probably one of the best plays I've ever seen. The best. That's crazy. Don't know why I said it like that. The best play. But bro, that backwards hurdle, like, I'm going to bring that up every time we mention the Eagles now, because that is... Who the fuck be doing that? How does he even work out, oh yeah, I can do this type shit, bro? Do you know what I mean? I want to know the thought process in his head when he was like, I'm spinning backwards, but I'm just going to jump anyway. Because imagine jumping backwards into a man and getting just, like, he could have just got fucking smashed into the ground type shit, bro, but he actually hurdled him backwards. It's crazy. I know that was like 2 or 3 weeks ago now, so I don't want to keep harping on about old plays, but he still put up like 2 touchdowns last week or something, didn't he? He's on a fucking insane run. So we all agreeing on the Eagles. So it looks like only one game so far we've actually all picked different, which is crazy. You know what I mean? And it's only really been one game that we said could go either way. Or I guess we said the Seahawks game might go either way, the Packers and 49ers might go either way, but every other game seems like an easy favourite. Easy money on the parlay. You know what I mean, boys? And the next game for me... the next game for me is an easy pick again. The final game of the week. We've got to the final game already. The Tuesday morning game for us. Monday night for you guys in America, is it?
Yep.
Yeah, Monday night game, Tuesday morning for us in the UK. Baltimore Ravens at Los Angeles Chargers. Now, I am not a Ravens fan. Like, I am not a fan of Baltimore, the organization, the franchise. But purple's my favorite color. I'm wearing a purple hoodie right now. Type shit, bro. You know what I mean? And I'm a Lamar Jackson guy. Since Lamar's been in the league, I've always been a Lamar fan. Like, talk about players who can make plays happen. You want a playmaker? That's a playmaker, bro. Lamar Jackson, he is ridiculous. He's one of my favorite players in the league. Now, I mentioned it before again about the Cowboys, a bit more about me. I don't really support a team. It's more so the players, you know? Like, in basketball, I'm not a Lakers fan. And I wasn't a Cleveland fan. I was a LeBron fan. I'm a Bronsexual. I'll follow that man whichever city he goes to. I don't care about the franchise because I'm not from America. So I don't feel any affiliation to any like franchise or state or city, you know. But Lamar's one of those ones. Like Lamar, he's prime time. Anytime he's on TV, I'm watching it because I know he's going to do something special. I'm putting money on that guy. I'm picking the Ravens, bro. And Derrick Henry, anytime touchdown, is basically printing money at this point. But it's not much money. You put a tenner on it, you get £10 back type shit, bro, with an extra penny on top or something, you know? The odds on that is crazy. But I've got to say, the Chargers, I've bet against them a lot this season, and they've always been the team that's upset my bets. So I feel bad picking against them, especially when they've just put up that many points on the Bengals, and especially when the Ravens' pass defense this season has been absolutely garbage. This could be a really good game, but I'm still picking Ravens to get the dub. But I think it's going to be a high-scoring one. I think it's going to be a really good game, but give me money line, Baltimore Ravens. And that's me done for the week. That is my 13 picks, and I'm going 13 out of 13. Key, who you got for this one?
I'm not going to lie. I honestly don't know many players that the Chargers have. I know they have Joey Bosa, but that's just because Nick Bosa's my guy. I don't know any other players on that team, I don't think. But, yeah, I think they're on a generational run as well. I think they're just... Yeah, I really don't think they're that good. So I don't know how they're... What, 7-3 are they? Something like that? I don't know how they're...
Yeah, 7-3 they are, yeah. 7-3.
I just think Baltimore are too good as well. I think some of them plays Lamar Jackson makes when there's like 30 seconds on the clock, they need a touchdown or whatever, and he just does this mad like step back for like 20 yards, runs left and right, and then just launches at end zone. He's too good. He's really too good. So I'm taking Baltimore.
Q, who you got for the last game?
Let me just start by bringing up my thoughts of the last game here. Chargers at Bengals last week. It ended up being a good game based on the score, but you watch the fourth quarter or like the second half of the game, and it's just like stoppable force meets movable object. Like the Chargers had a 21-point lead, completely lost it. The Bengals, with a chance to win twice, missed 2 field goals, bungle it away. Like that has been the identity of these teams for the past, I don't want to say few years, because the Bengals have been to the Super Bowl and the Chargers under Harbaugh have been looking a lot better. But like historically, these two teams have always had something go wrong, and I don't see anything particularly going right for the Chargers against the high-powered Ravens, especially with, like we've been talking about already, Lamar Jackson is one of one, and he's definitely been playing like one of, if not the best quarterback of this season.
So you picking Ravens are there again, bro? We've picked the same team for 12 out of 13 picks, and the only pick that was different was your two teams playing against each other. What are the odds on that, man? But looking on paper at these games, it has been easy picks, it feels like, but there's never easy picks, bro. It's any given Sunday, as we've found out many times this season. But final points on that Ravens-Chargers game. I did not watch the Chargers and Bengals game. It was the last game of the season. It was the Tuesday morning one for us, I believe. Was it? No, that was Houston and Dallas, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know. I didn't watch the game. I just saw the score and thought, damn, the Chargers be cooking. And I saw Khalil Mack is there, bro. And when like I say, back in the day for me, bro, Khalil Mack was him. He was at the Bears and he was him, bro. That was before they were the Chicago Bums, at least in my eyes. I used to like the Bears and Khalil Mack in my ultimate team as well on Madden. Like, I don't even know, bro, what Madden that was. I feel like it was the one that had Adrian Peterson on the front. I had Khalil Mack and he had a sick card and it was fire. But yeah, Chargers 7-3. I don't know much about their team. Like he said, even their offense, I don't really know what weapons they have. Something about the Ravens, not just Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson though, but Lamar this season, I feel like he's been running a lot less and he's been trying to throw the ball and stay in the pocket, and even if he has to roll out, still throwing the ball rather than just taking off and running. And he's got weapons now. You know, he's getting everyone involved in the game. A player I've been really liking recently for the Ravens has been Bateman, bro. Rashad Bateman, I feel like he has been cooking. He's so underrated, I feel like, for the Ravens. If he gets targeted at least twice in the game, you're getting at least 50 yards out of him. You know, he can make plays happen. Zay Flowers is obviously a great player too. And the Ravens, bro, as much as their defense is arse, it's a bit like the opposite of Tennessee. Tennessee have the best pass defense in the league, but the offense is arse. The Ravens have probably the best offense in the league in terms of pure numbers. You could argue, I guess, maybe the Eagles, but Ravens are up there. Or the Lions, true, actually, in terms of yards and stuff. But Ravens have definitely one of the best. I'd probably say at least top 5. You know, at least top 5. But then the pass defense has been very shaky. But then, like you say, I don't even know who the Chargers have at receiving core, bro. Is Keenan Allen still there? I feel like he's not anymore. He must be retired by now. Keenan Allen, bro.
He's on the Bears.
He's on the... Oh, Chicago Bums makes sense. You know, it makes sense. He's over there. He's about 46. Pack it up.
Chargers actually have the whitest guy in NFL history at receiver, a man by the name of Vlad McConkey. I don't know how it gets whiter than that.
Vlad McConkey.
Yeah.
What, his name's Lad?
Yeah.
Is he from Liverpool? That is crazy. Lad. That's a crazy name. So in Liverpool, like we always finish sentences with lad, or if we're speaking to someone, we say, all right, lad. But if I said, all right, lad, to him, I'm literally calling him by his name. You know what I mean?
All right, lad.
All right, lad. How's it going, lads? I thought for a minute there he was playing for Green Bay. But that's Georgia, right? Is that Georgia?
Yeah.
But
Georgia.
I swear Green Bay used to have a big G on the helmets too. I don't even know if you still do, but
they still do, yeah.
There you go. But you've never wore red. So, any final thoughts, lads? Any final thoughts? We've pretty much agreed on a lot of stuff here. It's going to be interesting next week to come back and look at these picks and see if we went 13-0, 12-1, or if there's some upsets and we all went 8-6 again. It's going to be fun to see. Any closing thoughts from you before we sign off, though?
I actually didn't know that. Don't the Chargers and the Rams share a stadium? Don't they both play in SoFi?
For real?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Giants and Jets share, and Rams and Chargers share. And it's funny because the
both LA?
SoFi Stadium, SoFi Stadium was built like in the shape of the old Rams logo. So it's just so like little brother energy that the fucking Chargers are just like, hey, can we borrow the locker room on the other side when you guys aren't using it? Like,
oh man,
pretty please.
So do they ever play each other in the season?
Yeah.
So how do they decide who's home and who's away if it's both the same stadium?
I'm not sure. I think they just go on a cycle pretty much. Like, since Rams are NFC, Chargers are AFC, those teams will play like once every 4 years. And I think like every year they switch who's home and who's away. Or it might also depend on like how they finished in the schedule of the previous season or whatever. But yeah.
That's crazy to me because obviously since I've been out of the game and now I'm getting back into it, it's like fun to see, like I said before, about certain players moving around. But these teams have been moving around, bro. I remember the San Diego Chargers, Los Angeles Chargers now, bro, and St. Louis Rams, and now the LA Rams. I remember them changing to LA Rams. I do not remember Chargers changing to LA Chargers, though. I still thought they were San Diego. And I still call the Commanders the Redskins.
And the
Oakland Raiders, too.
Yeah, I was about to say.
I always say Oakland. But yeah, man, other than that, bro, it's going to be fun, like I say, to see our picks next week. I'm going to try and get these episodes out every Thursday, so they go up before, the first game of the week, so you can see our picks before that first game. But it just depends for timing and stuff. I'm going to try and do this every week until the end of the season, but obviously we all have different schedules. It might come up a bit later. We might some weeks miss the first game of the week in terms of the upload, but I'm going to try and keep it consistent. This was fun. It was our first time doing it, so if there was any technical issues, I apologize. I'm just hoping when I click end record now, the recording's actually there and we've not just been yapping for an hour and I lose all the footage. That would be a disaster. Imagine I go back and check and my mic's on mute or something. But yeah, man, it was fun to do this, bro, and I hope we can do it for the remaining weeks of the season and possibly even into next season. We can do it from the beginning and have more consistent, thoughts and picks through the season, because we're starting now on week 12. Not that many weeks left until even like the playoff contending teams start benching the starters, and then the picks aren't really that fun to do when teams aren't playing at full strength. But yeah, this looks like a good week to make some money, boys. Any closing thoughts from your end, or?
I just want to say, if anybody disagrees with our picks, tell us how shitty they are, and then we'll know we officially made it.
Yeah, that's facts. That's facts. Drop your comments below on who you think I was going to say who had the best like set of picks, but we all pretty much picked the same team. So drop your picks in the comments below. If you think these guys are fucking idiots, they don't know what they're talking about, you've just watched us yap for an hour and a half, bro. So love us or hate us, you still watched. And that's going to be the final message for this video. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. And I will catch you next time, people, man. Take it easy.